Hello, hello. Making sure the mic is working. Yes, it is. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm Sasha Zivigalian, and I am a self-described self-expression technologist exploring how AI, fashion, and technology intersect to help us imagine and explore our identities. And today we're going to be streaming a MSCHF AI fashion workflow. Um, Flora has using Flora. This tool's been really exciting because I really enjoy how you can build like practical workflows and share them with teams and creatives instead of just like, hey, here's a cool gen I made and just that's it. With workflows, they're great because you can build out this whole concept, then share it with people and have them iterate on top of it and do their own thing. I'm currently working with Flora on creating workflows, and one of the requested workflows was MSCHF. And MSCHF is a really cool brand that I really, really like because it's kind of the embodiment of what I would say is AI fashion, but in the real world. To me, AI fashion is kind of like avant-garde and strange and weird and kind of pushes the boundaries. It's more art based than like practical fashion that you would wear every day. And Mischief is known for their most iconic piece is those big red boots a few years ago, if you've ever seen those. Um, they were all over social media. They're super, super weird and interesting. But Mischief has also made a lot of other different looks. Um, and so I, this weekend, actually kind of started on creating this workflow and then decided to wait it out a little bit to stream it because I was like, wait, this is actually cooking up to be something really, really cool. So um, I was like, let me stream this. Let me stream the process instead of just like here's the my final designs with Mischief AI. Um, so yeah, let's get started. Okay, I was using Suno to play my track in the beginning. um, I'm gonna open up the workflow just to show it off. So this is what I cooked up during the weekend, just exploring um, some things and like just seeing what I could do. Um, Before I got started, I just went on Google and just searched up Mischief Blue and found all of these assets and like pictures of their brand and like different items Mischief has made that aligns with my personal style and creative direction because I want it to be a sort of mock Sasha X Mischief collab. So I found all these really cool products and pieces they made in the past and saved a bunch of them. And then I dumped them all into Flora right here, if you can hopefully see. Um, I dumped them all into Flora to train a style Laura specifically on all of these items because I really wanted the like look and feel of these AI fashion product concepts to um, reflect the sort of direction that I wanted it to follow. Because AI can be have a hard time sometimes following a specific look without a specific trained Laura. Um, so that's what I did in the beginning. But one of the first things I also did was just I found I found this image of this one of Mischief's shoes that they've done in the past. Um, it's pretty funny because it's a reverse shoe. So instead of putting your foot in the typical way, you put it in the front of the shoe, and I thought it was pretty funny. But I used, heyo, Sammy, what's up? Um, I used ChatGPT o3 to analyze. Hopefully you can see. Let me zoom in. I fed this image into O3 right here to analyze the MSCHF brand, and I gave it a prompt that basically said, MSCHF redoes its branding and visual identity as needed and does not hold to a pre-existing identity that doesn't specifically suit its current use cases. Based on this product and MSCHF's brand as a whole, come up with image prompt ideas that align with it. All ideas should follow a blue, white, chrome, and black color palette with the futuristic cyber Y2K creative direction. And O3 came up with a bunch of these concepts right here that were pretty interesting. So then I used ChatGPT 4.0 Mini to, just output each idea. But I haven't finished all of them because I was saving it for this live stream specifically. But these were some of the generations out of the first idea right here. I was exploring different image generation models to see like what was the difference between them and like this specific prompt. I used Imagen 4 by Google, then I used Flex Context, and I also used ChatGPT Image. For me personally, with this first prompt of floating sneaker deconstruction, the shoe exploded into a hovering chrome components, neon blue energy grids linking each part, set against an endless white void with black UI overlay codes reading MSCHF v 2024. I think for me personally, Imagen 4 came up with the best result with that prompt. Flex seemed to make it want to be a Nike shoe. I'm just wondering if there's not enough training data on like MSCHF products for it to reference. ChatGPT Image was kind of bland. I always think, I don't know, I struggle with ChatGPT Image. I always feel like it's just not that good looking. But then I also then tested out, let me zoom out. I tested out feeding the image itself as a reference and this prompt too to see what would happen after that. And I got this with Flux Context. It wasn't too bad, but I don't feel like it really embodied the deconstructed look specifically. I think ChatGPT Image did a little bit of a better job, but I just don't like this chrome. It's very like bland. It looks cheap, and MSCHF is not known for being cheap, so not my favorite gen, but exploring how these models and prompts and image references could be used as for a fashion workflow specifically. And then I tried another concept with the second idea down here. Let me zoom in. Of a cyber Y2K locker room, metallic chrome lockers glowing with blue and white underlighting, each door ajar revealing the sneaker on a rotating black pedestal, CRT monitors overhead scrolling 8-bit MSCHF logos. I think Flex Context kind of fumbled on that because I did not want purple. I wanted like white and blue specifically. But I think Imagen 4 did a very great job with this. It's actually looks pretty dope. But the shoes look terrible in the background, if you can see that. I don't really enjoy that too much. Some other tests I did was then I did the style Laura of the whole MSCHF brand that aligns with my own personal branding. And then I fed it into another O3. I use O3 for more, and I guess like deeper creative exploration. I feel like O4 Mini just is kind of dumb, to be honest. So I don't try to use it to generate ideas too much. Sometimes I also use, because you can choose different models out here. Sometimes I use Gemini 2.5 on this too, but I don't know. I really like O3 a lot. I use O3 as my personal language model for outside of Flora and other things. So yeah, O3, I definitely agree, Ariel. O3 just feels more robust, but I do think Google is cooking pretty hard, though. I'm excited to see how their LLMs progress further um, in the future, because I think they're catching. I feel like they're catching up really hard with OpenAI, and just excited to see how they can cross connect it. I actually have a bunch of Google Home devices around my apartment, and so I'm excited when Gemini is baked into that, and then Gemini can like really learn about my life on top of that. Because I think Gemini could be a really great, like super personalized AI system, especially with how much Google connects to so many different products. Um, and funny part, my star sign is a Gemini, so kind of a little biased. I kind of want Gemini to win in the AI race. Um, yes, yes. I'm sure. I'm excited for GPT-5 and Gemini 3. I feel like that's probably around the corner. I'm guessing it's gonna be a fall drop, and it's gonna be wild to see all the. I think everyone's on a summer break right now, and then come fall, everyone's gonna be dropping crazy ass shit. Um, but with this prompt here, I fed O3 a bunch of the like images that I found. Then I said analyze the same. It was the same. I basically copied the same prompt from. Let me zoom out. From up here when I was originally trying to create a brand analysis. I just copied basically the same prompt, but I changed a little bit of it. I specifically said fashion, products and fashion pieces in the prompt down here, because it was coming up with just like random shot ideas, not necessarily like products, and I really wanted to make a product workflow. So I said, based on these fashion pieces and Mischief brand, let me zoom in. Based on these fashion pieces and Mischief brand identity as a whole, come up with image prompt ideas of the next Mischief products that align with it. All ideas should follow a blue and white, chrome, and black color palette with a futuristic creative direction. Keep the same blank white background. I added this part right here of keep the same blank white background because when I originally generated these ideas, I since deleted it. It's not on my workflow page anymore. It was adding backdrops and stuff, and from looking at a lot of Mischief's product photos and stuff, you can see that they have this kind of like minimalist plain white background for a lot of their products. So I really wanted it to follow that same concept. So I just added in that for the prompt. One of the first ideas that came out of it was a modular utility vest and chest rig infused with sleek racing harness, hard white shell panels, chrome D rings, blue neoprene pockets, glossy black webbing straps floating over a stark white background. And these were some of the first gens that came out. I don't really feel like this feels super Mischief-like, because I feel like Mischief's a little bit more out there in their designs, but I do feel like the product itself looks like something Mischief would do. The second one was a futuristic cleated football boot inspired by orbital satellites, asymmetric black carbon fiber upper, chrome antenna like lace guards, translucent icy blue sole with white speckles, bold Mischief mark along the heel, isolated on white. And I feel like I liked these a lot more. They just look pretty clean, and I just like that. This was Flux. I used FluxDev for all of these images. And then I tried, because FluxDev is the only model inside of Flora that you can use your train style specifically. So I use FluxDev and the train style of the Mischief brand that I made to generate each three of these. But then I tried out using Flux Context without any style, because you can't apply styles with Flux Context yet, just to see what the difference would be and how well would it follow and what like the visual distinctness um, would be like. And I don't know, I kind of liked it a little bit more without the LoRa because I feel like it kind of pushed it a little bit more in the like image generation department. It got a little more weirder and a little bit more mischief like specifically. So this was a flux context right here. And then this one was ChatGPT image. Then this one was with ImageN 4. I liked ImageN 4 the most. I think this one's pretty dope, and it just surprises me how well they got the text in this as well. And then I was gonna turn one of these in a video, but not yet. I wanna design a little bit more of these. Just want to walk through everything that I've done so far. The next product that I conceptualized with AI was a sculptural water bottle that doubles as a hand weight. Mirror polished chrome core, matte cobalt silicon grip ribs, black screw top cap with angular fines, MSCHF logo, lasers etched in white, centered on a blank backdrop. Did I train the LoRa inside of Flora? It's a crazy statement. It's a tongue twister. Yes, I did. Let me go back. Yeah, I trained the LoRa inside of Flora specifically because I was just trying to get practice with what it's like training a LoRa inside of Flora. Because I'm used to using the AI tool I personally use the most, and like a lot of the stuff I do is Kriya. And Kriya is pretty similar to Flora. Let me go. But as you know, and that's edit now. Let me go to train. You can also train a LoRa inside of Kriya AI, but I feel like it more easier to follow, I guess. It took me a little bit to figure out how to do it inside of Flora, but once I figured that out, it was it was pretty simple. But I'm wondering, can you import a LoRa from Kriya? I'm not sure. I know you can import a LoRa from like something like FAL or Comfy, but I'm not sure about if you can use it from Kriya. But I usually the process of I use Kriya a lot, so training their LoRa is just a little bit easier. But once I figured out with Flora, I liked it a little bit more because also I like how the workflow, like the difference of UIs with Kriya and Flora is just this infinite canvas is just a lot more useful. Because on top of this, like I can showcase the whole process of how I've like worked on concepts and ideas with a whole workflow instead of just like with Kriya, I can't really do anything. I can only really share the final result of something. Of like a cool image that I made. I was also testing out the difference between flux context inside of Kriya and Flora the other day with this Y2K fashion flow that I made with Flora like last week, just to see how different gen flux context would be. I don't know, because sometimes I feel like these creative AI tools sometimes the different apps just have, I don't know, a better version of said model. So I was wondering if Flux Context was gonna run better inside of Kriya versus Flora. But for me, they turn out to be basically the same. But yeah, just Kriya is cool, but just not as I feel like practical in like a design creative agency world. Because I see Flora as being something like I really do see creative agencies adopting this. Like it reminds me of Comfy, but simpler. But yeah. So needless to say, I did train the LoRa inside of Flora. Okay, back to the ideas. So this is what the water bottle concept turned out to be like. This was using the style LoRa that I trained with the products, um, I don't feel like it, I feel like the ones with the Laura the image generated with the Laura applied, um, didn't turn out as well as something like that, like just using the straight up prompt. Um, but I'm gonna try it again. Because I haven't generated this prompt with ChatGPT image yet. Um, so I want to see how good GPT is able to, make this, if it follows along the same structure. While that generates, let's look at the fourth idea. The fourth idea was a foldable e-scooter in a bag concept. Compact white aluminum frame with hyper blue wheels, chrome hinge details, bag portion in black ballistic nylon with tonal MSCHF emboss. Folded in mid-air against white. So these were the Flux Dev generated with the Laura applied images. Again, they weren't turning out, they were kind of turning out kind of basic and boring a little bit. So I tried Flux Context in this one, and I liked it a lot more. Like I feel like very much looks like a sort of MSCHF product. And then I also tried Imogen. Don't feel like Imogen did the best job with this. But let's also try this prompt with ChatGPT image to see how ChatGPT handles something like this with just the prompt. Okay, so this is what the water bottle with ChatGPT image turned out like. I actually like it a little more. I feel like this looks more like a MSCHF product, but it does kind of look silly, not in a good way. It reminds me of a certain object in reality that's inappropriate. Anyways, okay, let's now start with some new images and concepts and explore more, because we have in total 10 ideas that O3 generated for this imagined fashion AI concept of MSCHF products. So I'm gonna pull out this idea. I'm just gonna copy the same prompts I used here. I just said output the full second idea with no changes, because sometimes 4.0 mini can be silly. I wish Flora had a better way of like pulling out prompts from a bigger prompt, because I have all these ideas generated out now, right? I wish I was able to like right click and just separate them all out into their own text. It doesn't even have to be ChatGPT image, like ChatGPT pulling it out. Like I wish I'm able to separate out ideas quicker than like having to call up ChatGPT again to just separate it. But that's a whole different story. Okay, wait, let me zoom in down here. Okay, output the fifth idea with no changes. Fifth idea with no changes. Okay. Okay, so the fifth idea is Cyber Gauntlet smartwatch. Wraparound blue OLED strip, white ceramic shell, chrome knuckle guards, black metallic clasp. Shown hovering, display lit with MSCHF spiral. Okay. Okay, let's now pull that there. We're going to use Flux Dev again with the Laura applied. See how that works. I've been generating with 1:1 ratio, and also 3:4 ratio, because these image models, as you know, that's weird. As you know, these image models kind of produce different results based on the image size, which I find to be really interesting, because you can just get such different generations just by choosing a different size of something. And so that's cool. That's an interesting watch. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't feel like that one's very MSCHF looking. Okay, while these are generating, oh, okay, flux context did an interesting job with that prompt. This is what the e-scooter ChatGPT image gen resulted in. Again, not that good. I think flux context wins in that department for that one. Okay, now let's try ImageN 4 with the 5th prompt that we have, and do a 3:4 ratio. Let me move these up, and then same prompt down here, and let's try ChatGPT image to see and compare what they all look like. I'm not really using any of the other models because I feel like Flora has a bunch of different image generation models, and I feel like for creating concepts and things, I think the best ones to stick with are Flux Context, of course, ImageN 4, ChatGPT image. Ideogram is good too, but I'm not really sure if it's good for products. I feel like Ideogram is really good for graphic design stuff. And I haven't really tried on Luma. I personally don't really like Luma AI's stuff. I've tried their video and image models, and I just feel like it has that very AI look, and it's not my favorite. I also haven't tried Recraft or Stable Diffusion. Just looks too very AI-like. But we can test them with these prompts after we go through all of them. Let me try ImageN 4 with the same prompt. Let me look at chat. Ariel said, I like concept 3. I can totally see a weird MSCHF bottle going viral. I do agree. I think we should, once we go through all of them, I want to play around with all of these and see how we can iterate on top of these even more. Okay, while that's generating, let me zoom out. Okay, let's pull this one down, call up for O-Mini. I do like how, oh wait, I already used ImageN. Hold on, let me use ChatGPT image. I do like how ImageN did this one. I think this feels a lot more mischievous. Okay, let's output the 6th idea down here. I just copy and paste the prompts just to save me time. Stupid Grammarly is always in the way. Put the 6th idea. Okay. Okay, the 6th idea was aerodynamic sunglasses plus face shield hybrid, single mirror lens, cobalt blue side fins that mimic spoilers, matte black adjustable nose, bridge, minimal MSCHF wordmark etched, floating above a shadow on white. I mean, that prompt sounds really cool, so I hope this turns out well. Let's try a 1:1 ratio with Flux Dev using the LoRa that I trained to see how well that turns out. Also another one with a 3:4 and the MSCHF brand down here. Then let's pull this one out again. Let's try Flux Context. I'm using 3:4 images specifically because that's Instagram's new aspect ratio, and I find, I don't know, 3:4 images just, I don't know, look very what I would expect fashion brands to be using. I'm not specifically sure on like what their style guides are, but I feel like makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's drag this one out again, and let's try ImageN 4 by Google. Let's try that. Okay. I like how Flux Context did it. I think once we're done with going through all the ideas, I want to remix these prompts potentially to make them weirder, because MSCHF is about being kind of strange, you know, and I feel like a lot of these things aren't coming out personally as something strange enough for mischief. Um, okay, let's also try this prompt with ChatGPT image, 2:3 scale. Let's go. Okay, now let's zoom out, and while those are generating, grabbing the 7th idea, pulling it down here, text. By the way, I am new to live streaming creative AI stuff, so, you know, figuring this out along the way with you all, trying to figure out how to talk about this, because, you know, I just kind of do it by myself without thinking, and then I've been practicing like live streaming just with other tools and just talking about it like by myself while I'm working, just to like get experience with like how do I talk about creative AI work, because it's something new and very strange. And you know, when I talk about it with my friends in real life, they just look at me with like deer eyes and they're like, what the hell are you talking about? I showed them a little bit this MSCHF workflow and like Flora as a tool, and they were just like, they were just so confused. This prompt is going weird. I'll put the 7th idea with no changes. I might try to, okay, there it is. It worked, nice. Let's apply the LoRa, generate that with a 1x1 image. And then let's go. The reason why I picked all blue is because my personal branding is all blue and cyber, and so I was like, okay, what would a MSCHF collab with me look like? And I do also want to think of some original products just with my own head without using ChatGPT, of what I would personally like wear / design. Oh, the 7th idea is a convertible backpack to stool, rigged white shell with perforated panels, telescoping chrome legs, padded blue seat top, black nylon harness straps, pictured half deployed on white background. I do feel like that this could be actually turn out to be really cool. Probably though with flex context. That's gonna be my guess. I think this one's gonna the flex context is gonna turn it out the best. Because I don't feel like, because I trained the LoRa specifically because I wanted the images to have this same stylistic feeling of things. But with LoRa's, I feel like they are kind of hit or miss on if a LoRa is gonna be good. I think LoRa's are good for training a model on like a person. Like I've trained a LoRa on like my own images, so I can recreate myself in things with AI. I also feel like a LoRa would be really good for a singular product. Like I've seen someone train a Vision Pro LoRa, and that was really good. But also styles work really well. I've made a LoRa of like images with my personal like style and creative direction, and then use it to apply to things. But I've had trouble with training a LoRa on like a specific style of a brand, like product wise, because I'm not trying to train this LoRa on like product, like these products. I'm trying to train the LoRa for that style, like this minimal style and kind of strange style that MSCHF likes to do. But I'm not finding that the LoRa is working too well with these images. I feel like they're turning them out to be very similar to the original products without, I don't know, having that twist to them, that like MSCHF twist. So I feel like just using the prompt itself is a little bit better, is potentially better for something like this. Just interesting thought experiment. Let's try the same prompt with Imogen 4. I do like how these glasses turned out, though. They look nice. But I think they need to be a little bit sillier. I feel like ChatGPT image did it the best, but it's still, I think, lacking that je ne sais quoi of mischief. Okay, let's try. Oh, Imogen, let's throw that in there. Let's throw. Okay. Oh, error. Imogen 4 is experiencing long queue, so I can't generate. Okay. Well, we'll throw that one in again in a second. Okay, let me throw in ChatGPT image and see what we get out of that. Oh shit, wrong zoom. Okay, now let's pull out the 8th idea. Let's see where we go from there. I'm hoping my computer does not crash, because last time I streamed using Flora and had a lot going on in this screen, my computer just fully crashed because I'm just wondering if Flora is too demanding on my computer, or like it's using up too much RAM. Because Arc has a problem with RAM usage that I've learned, because Arc is I use the Arc browser, which has this cool side panel and separate tabs and things, so I kind of organize things very well. I've been using Arc for a really long time, since it like dropped. It's like, if you're in the design world, fucking Arc is like a status symbol that you use. You're like, my browser of choice is Arc, not Chrome. And so I've just stuck with Arc for a really long time, even though they've since are deprecating Arc and trying to move on to using this browser called Dia that I'm like, sorry, browser company, I don't care. I really like Arc. Please stay with Arc. We are stans of this. So I'm just wondering if it's just too demanding. I'm hoping it's not going to crash my computer. Okay, let's look at the 8th idea. 8th. Hopefully I spelled that right. That's fine. Okay. The 8th idea is high-tech compression sleeve with embedded cooling plates, matte black fabric sleeve, segmented chrome thermal inserts that glow faint blue-white, mischief spiral near elbow, laid flat on white. Cool. I hope this one turns out well. ChatGPT image did not turn that one. I don't really like that, but okay. Let's throw it in again. Speaking of compression sleeves, I actually ordered some recently because I was like, wait, compression sleeves feel very futuristic, and I don't know, they just have a cool vibe, and I think if you style it well, you can have a cool look with it. I got inspired. I've like wanted to do something with like a fit with compression sleeves recently, but I forgot about it until I went to In-N-Out recently, and I saw one of the workers wearing compression sleeves, and was like, wait, this could be a really cool thing for a fit. Actually, totally forgot about it. So it's funny that one of the one of the mischief concepts is a compression sleeve. Seems like AI also agrees that compression sleeves feel futuristic. Okay, so this is flex context. Let's try Imogen 4, the same concept. I feel like I would remix the prompt with something about an asymmetrical cut, because I think it needs something like that. Let's try it with that. Let's try it with GPT image. Okay. Okay, let's now do the 9th concept. Down here, text. Let's go put in the 9th concept. how do y'all use Flora, and have y'all made any cool workflows that you want to chat about? Because I've been checking out a lot of the workflows inside of the community tab, and just kind of getting inspired by a lot of the stuff the communities are making, and just trying to see how other people are using Flora. It's just really interesting having an all-in-one tool that has everything inside of it, and just seeing how people work with it, because when I use something like Kriya, just have like ChatGPT opened here on the side, and that's just how I do it, versus like, so I never thought of like, it was just a different way of thinking of creative AI workflows with having the prompts like directly inside of the software. And I think that's one of my like favorite features of Flora, just having ChatGPT baked into this. I would love to also see an agent inside of Flora, like being able to be a co-creator, co-director with you to help you enhance your prompts potentially, or like concept with you. I don't even know, like a little cute chat. I don't know, a little flower icon, like something right here, and you can like work with Flora agent, or I don't know, maybe call it Flow agent. Brand right there, idea, $1 million idea right there, and help you get into a flow or something. I don't know. It's a cool idea. Ariel said the last one is cool. It's missing that blue, but that futuristic details. Wow. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking like, I think what this prompt is missing is the term, like a term with like asymmetrical cut, because I feel like asymmetry in fashion has that sort of futuristic twist in it, because it feels strange, it feels off, and that's what I feel like a lot of futuristic fashion is about. It's a little bit off, but like in an artsy way. Okay, the 9th concept we're working with is holographic trading card set in a chrome vacuum sealed pouch. Silver packet with blue gradient MSCHF logo. One card half slid out, revealing black and white line art of a sneaker isolated on white. Oof. This looks terrible, but let's see what another generation of this does. As like, just looking at everything so far, the ones where I used the LoRa are okay. Some of them aren't bad, like this sneaker right here, these two sneakers. But when I just used the prompt singularly for almost every other gen, it turned out a lot better. So I'm just wondering in the future for other workflows and things, of when should I train a LoRa and when should I not, and just use a prompt itself. I'm not sure. I just think maybe with more time and experience in building more workflows, I will see. One of the next fashion workflows I think I want to do is something with like Balenciaga, because I feel that Balenciaga is kind of known to be a kind of boundary pushing futuristic fashion luxury brand, and I want to have more cool case studies exploring luxury fashion brands, because I dream of working with luxury fashion and with creative AI, because no one's doing that yet, but eventually people will be doing, and I want to be at the forefront of that, to also hopefully be sponsored by them to do cool outfit pictures and OOTDs with their clothing, because I really love luxury fashion, but do not have the income to afford it. So I'm hoping and manifesting that my creative AI endeavors and personal cyber style will attract them wanting to work with me as their little influencer / creative / AI expert. Okay, let's try this in ChatGPT image. Flux context, I don't think it did that well. Actually, this one's not bad. I just don't like that iridescent look. I don't feel like that's good. This one's not bad either. I feel like using the term holographic isn't right, because holographic, in thinking like an AI, holographic is associated with that rainbow gradient. So it's going to really pick up on that and try to put that in an image. Yeah, okay. While that's generating, let's output the last concept that O3 gave me from our exploration of all the products that I selected. Okay, text. Okay, output the full, wait, let me zoom in. Output the full 10th idea with no changes. Let's do that. Okay, the 10th idea is transparent polycarbonate helmet for city bikers, clear dome, electric blue internal padding grid, chrome ventilation slits, black adjustable chin strap, MSCHF logo printed white across front visor, displayed upright on a Go stand against white. Let's see how that one turns out. And then after these, I want to start remixing the ones we made so far, and then also trying to come up with some original ideas without using ChatGPT or Gemini. Because I think I can come up with my own ideas that I think are a little bit more, I don't know, interesting. A MSCHF Labubu doll. Yeah, we're gonna do that one. Oh, we're so gonna do that. That, because they totally would do something with that, like a MSCHF Labubu outfit. I think that would be something. Oh, fuck! Wait, no, not delete. I didn't apply the Laura. Apply the Laura. Okay. Then let's throw this one. Let's throw this one into context. Personally, I've been having a hit or miss with Flux context. I do prefer Flux context more than ChatGPT image, but I don't feel like the AI hype bros are really like, you know, I've seen the tweets of this changes everything, Flux context, and I don't feel like it always follows instructions the greatest, to be honest. I feel like it's hit or miss. Sometimes Flux context can really change your image to something incredible. Other times it can just not listen to your prompt in any capacity. Like, I've tried to use Flux context to put myself in an image or like change something in an image, and sometimes it works really well. Other times I've had it just not listen to me, and I don't know, it looked too AI. Whenever I post stuff that I make with AI, I like it to be very almost real, like professionally made image type of beat, and so that's a hard bar to cross a lot with a lot of these models, but when it does happen, I am very happy with it. Okay, while these are generating, let's offshoot. Let's copy this. Let's duplicate this. Let's duplicate this down here. And then come up with, I'm gonna delete, let me zoom this out a little bit more. come up with I don't know how to spell it, la boo boo. Hold on, let me make sure I spell it right, because I worry that if I don't spell Labubu right, the model is just not gonna output it correctly. Okay, copy. Let's go back to here. Let me zoom in down here. Come up with multiple Labubu X MSCHF concepts. Think of fashion pieces, accessories, things that wouldn't typically be fashion or worn, but are. All ideas should follow a blue and white chrome color palette, futuristic. Okay, let's throw that into there, because I feel that we can probably get some more interesting ideas. Okay, so this is the final results of the headpiece. I feel like this one actually looks something like MSCHF, like a hard hat. It reminds me of a hard hat. That'd actually be something. I feel like this one does feel very MSCHF like, because they would do something like this, like a hard hat, but a fashion piece, kind of pulling on the New York construction scene idea, but like make New York construction high fashion, I guess. Okay, while O3 is generating ideas, let's play around with some of these concepts. I really liked the arm sleeve idea, but okay, output the foot. No, oh, wait, let me zoom in again. Stupid. I might honestly just uninstall Grammarly, because I don't actually use it. Okay. Grab the 8th. How do you spell 8th? 8th. Grab the 8th. Oh my god. I need Google spelling 8th. Oh, that's just how you spell. Oopsies, sorry. 8th idea. Let's 8th idea. Let's push the concept a bit more. MSCHF is known for outlandish fashion. I want this compression sleeve to embody that idea more. Let's introduce asymmetrical cuts and other things you can think of to really push the boundaries. Okay. Should I use for fuck it, we're gonna use Gemini 2.5 for this one. I don't know. I feel like I don't think 4.0 mini is gonna be able to be the smartest in this aspect on idea generation. So I rather use a more powerful model to come up with a better idea. Okay. Let's wait for that to go. Are there any of these images, chat, that you would like for me to explore a little bit further or remix a bit more, or I don't know, test out flux context in it? Actually, let's try out this image down here. Image flux context. Let's copy the same prompt I used over here. Let's copy the same prompt I used right there inside of flux context. I'm just wondering if it's going to be any good. Let's throw it into there, see what flux context does with something like that. Interesting. Sometimes I feel that Gemini's problem is that it kind of makes, I feel like a lot of the creative ideas I get out of LLMs do a little bit too, like when I say cyber or futuristic, it kind of, I don't know, makes it a little too corny. It always says something with like bio hardware or like vapor waves and stuff, but just thinking about how LLMs associate keywords and stuff, it makes sense that like stuff like that is in like probably the proximity of its thinking. So it's just kind of always hard to like push the boundaries, because I always say cyber Y2K in a lot of my prompts, and when I think of cyber Y2K, I think of like the traditional, I had one of the workflows down here. When I think of cyber Y2K, I think of stuff like this, like that blue and white. My whole aesthetic and you know, creative direction is kind of embodying this. When I think of cyber Y2K, it's chrome, it's blue and white, it's clean, it's minimal, it's that like a futuristic utopia vision of the future that was around a lot in the early 2000s. And you know, there's so much data on that online if you think about it, and so it just surprises me that an LLM doesn't associate that. It think like when you say cyber and futuristic in things, it goes a lot more for that traditional cyberpunk look of like pink and blue stuff. And I don't know, I find that look to be very boring. It's very like typical in like futurism aesthetics, and I just don't like that. I don't think the 2000s aesthetic of Y2K has been pushed enough. It needs to be brought back. I mean, it's kind of being brought back with a lot of the, you know, 2000s fashion hype. But I don't think there's a lot of it yet that a lot of people are doing. I do think it's going to make a huge comeback though, because Apple's kind of doing it with the whole liquid glass aesthetic. And so I do see a big shift in things going more that blue and white chrome vibe that I've been trying to, you know, trend and pioneer as a comeback, as a new style or a refresh style that people can want to get back into. Set the trend, push the trend in that. I don't like how context hit it. This is not really that. Okay, how I'm gonna do this is I want to keep these same images because it's just work that already happened and did. So, wait, can I? Okay, let me grab these. It's work that I already did, so I don't want to lose it. So let's duplicate all of these, all connected. Fuck. Is there a command to grab these without having to hover? Whatever. Let me just move these over here. I will worry about making this workflow prettier and more organized later, probably after the stream. Yes, I definitely agree, Ariel. It's definitely going to come back. It just makes the most sense for this era of AI. You know, when I think of creative AI, I think of the Y2K blue aesthetic. The same aesthetic I keep doing. I feel like it embodies that kind of what you would feel like AI is, like, creatively. Like, what is creative? What's the aesthetics? What's the brand identity of creative AI? And I feel like the brand identity of creative AI, if you were to brand it, would be that sort of minimal chrome, blue and white Y2K vision of the future. It feels very much like that. Which is another thing to mention is that a lot of my personal branding involves spheres and spherical things. If, like, you can see on my stream, I have my logo on the bottom right there. Because like back in 2021, I was going to UCSD and studying human computer interaction and design, and we had to come up with logos and ideas. We had to come up with logos and personal branding and stuff. And I chose a sphere because I just really resonate with spheres, because we learned about shape theory and how shapes mean different things in context. And I thought, okay, what shape would I personally be? My personal shape would be a sphere because it's soft and rounded and approachable. And so I came up with the logo of that S as a yin and yang kind of balance of, like, I'm all about technology but humanity, and so the coalescence of that is the yin and yang of technology and humanity forming the S of Sasha. And now you see almost every AI company has a spherical logo to embody AI, because AI is that kind of spherical idea and concept of, like, well-roundedness and approachable and not scary. So I'm like, I really be seeing it through. I just feel like I know what the creative direction of AI and technology should feel like. But yeah, okay, these actually turn out hella fucking sweet. Now this is a damn fucking MSCHF arm sleeve. These are trash though, but okay, these actually are really cool. But there's no mention of MSCHF on these. So, okay, I'm gonna keep these. Hold on. I'm gonna duplicate this one more time. I'm gonna duplicate these one more time. And then in the prompt, specifically put in, make sure there's the MSCHF. Oh, fuck. Okay, wait. Controls are being weird. Okay. I do like this prompt. I'm gonna push this out a little bit more. I'm gonna throw it into, right here. I'm gonna say I actually want the MSCHF text printed on this piece. Come up with prompt. one out. Okay, no, never mind. Let's not do that. Actually, let's just go in here and MSCHF printed. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna edit the prompt right here. The MSCHF printed on the sleeve, but is instead corrupted, etched as fragmented lines across the chrome components, only aligning into a creasive spiral from an oblique specific angle. Okay, we'll keep that in and just see what happens, to be honest. Okay, let's run all of these again. I'm surprisingly actually not burning through as much credits as I thought I would be. I burned through hella credits making stuff with VO3. I love VO3 so much. It's so cool. There's so much, and I want to keep testing it, but it just costs so many damn credits. And I was working as a creative agency until I got laid off like a month ago as their AI technologist specialist. And they gave me the super plan of Gemini, that like $100+ one. And I had a bunch of credits in inside of Flow with VO3. But then I had to cancel the subscription because I got laid off, so I can't utilize the company card anymore. And I thought I could still use my Flow credits because I had so many left over inside of Flow, but seems like Google doesn't. Nope. If you cancel a subscription, you lose access completely to like any of your previous Flow credits. I'm like, damn it! I could have turned out so much with VO3 if I just if I still had the account, if I still could use the damn account. But it's fine because I got VO3 inside of Flora, and have done a little bit exploring with it. I like this one, this MSCHF one. Let me run this one again. Let's run those two again. Let's run those two again. Then while those are generating, let's see what the result of the Labubu. Let's see what came up with. Okay, I can't open it as much. Oh, that's the biggest I can resize the concept. These aren't bad. Let's just go output the first idea without any changes. Just throw that in there. Because I think out of all the ideas, I think this first one seems interesting. A Labubu X MSCHF, Robo companion backpack shaped like a Labubu piloting a chrome examech. The plush head and paws peek out of a hard shell polycarbonate torso that opens as a clamshell pack. Integrated LED light strips, LED pulse strip, electric blue traces the spine. Detachable magnetic ears become keychains. Interesting. I don't see. Let me look at Okay, I'm gonna add in this prompt right here. So it's centered on okay. Let's just see what's MSCHF brand. I'm just wondering if there is enough training data inside of these models about Labubus, because I don't feel like there is going to be, actually. So I might need to reference a photo into this, because I don't think this is going to be the case, honestly. I think it's just going to come up with, yeah, like these don't look like the Boo Boo dolls. Okay, actually, while that's running, because I don't think it's going to do it, let's look up Blue Labubu. Let's copy this image, because I just thinking about the MSCHF brand and what's, you know, trending, even though I hate these stupid things and I hate a lot of things that are trendy and popular, is I feel like a lot of those things kind of lack creativity and are, no shade, but a little basic to me. I don't like these, but I would imagine MSCHF would totally fucking collaborate and make something silly out of this. I'm thinking like some fucking like furry costume. Like I could totally see MSCHF doing like a furry costume of a Labubu in their, like, you know, signature style of things. I feel like it's totally just something they would do, because they would be poking fun at, you know, this current meta we're in and stuff. Let's see. Let's throw that one in, and then let's throw, fuck, where was that image? That street one that I just saw. There it is. Okay, cool. Copy image. Okay. I'm actually gonna, I don't know if it's okay, cool. Oh fuck, there's too many ideas. Okay, wait. Okay, wait, make sure I'm zoomed in on here. Let's just keep the same thing of, fuck. Okay, analyze these MSCHF products and fashion pieces. MSCHF redoes its branding, visual dating as needed. Does not hold a pre-existing identity as specifically suitcase. Okay. Okay, I'm actually gonna restart this. Analyze these MSCHF products and fashion pieces, as well as these Boo Boo dolls from my personal idea, from my own understanding of the MSCHF brand and their desire to poke fun at things that are trending and creating fashion pieces that go viral, and creating fashion pieces that go viral because of their, I don't know, uniqueness, strangeness. I feel that they would do something with la boo boo. An idea I'm thinking is that they would maybe make a suit or I don't know, fashion items inspired by the doll itself. Based on this, let's copy this, and MSCHF brand as a whole come up based on this. As a whole, come up with 3 Labubu X MSCHF fashion concepts. I'm gonna stick to fashion because I don't want like a fucking ring set or like case and like hair clips or whatever. Just something like, I'm thinking, I don't know, like pants or some sort of furry mask, or like, I don't know. There's a lot you could do with that. Okay, I'm gonna remove the futuristic creative direction. I worry about that. All ideas should follow a blue, white, chrome, and black color palette. Okay. I'm just limiting it to 3 ideas because I don't need like 50 of these right now. It's too many to work with, to be honest. But I'm just gonna keep exploring with that. Okay. Fuck, it's not zooming. Labubu Mecha Bunny Exo Suit Jacket. Crop bomber built from a lightweight chrome limited nylon perforated white. The Labubu's plush belly, oversized black palette, oversized. Okay. Chat, if you have any deeper experience with Flora and being able to use image reference potentially, I would love help with that. Is it just like feeding in this image as a concept? I'm guessing so. Because yeah, I think that's just it, right? But because I don't want it to be very literal, I don't want it to literally be the fucking doll itself. I want it to be inspired by. Because with something like Midjourney, you can, with like Midjourney down here, I can have style references, or like image references. I wish, mm, I'm trying to just think out loud right now. Because I want it to be inspired and drawn from this. I'm just wondering, do I break it down into a prompt? I don't know. Maybe flex context would be like good for this. Let me use flex context. And then use ChatGPT image. And then it sucks that you can't use image in 4 though. For reference, like using a reference photo. Yeah, I don't think it's in like. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. I will have this fully posted with a lot of the images that I generate. I'm gonna just work on this for a few hours and just see where things go. But thanks for tuning in. Hell yeah. Because I honestly might just move on from this idea for a little bit. I just wanted to explore it creatively, see what happens. Because, yeah, I just feel like this would be a silly collaboration. They would totally do. Yeah, something like this. Totally. It's not the best to say so, but this does feel like something mischievous. Like, but just doesn't look that good. But we can always work with that a little bit more. We will get back to exploring this Labubu X MSCHF concept. I want to work a little bit more with some of these ideas and just coming up with more concepts. Seeing where things go. But before we dive into more of these, I'm going to use the bathroom because I need to go. So I will be right back. Okay, chat. I am back. Sorry, it took a little bit. I went to the bathroom and then I posted on my Instagram story that I am streaming a MSCHF AI fashion workflow. I want some more people to join in and work with some more people, showcasing what I can do with creative AI and fashion, just so more people know exactly my whole shtick is the intersection of AI and fashion. Um, we're exploring a little bit more of the fashion AI concepts we've generated so far for the MSCHF brand using ChatGPT o3. But now we have this whole board of stuff to do stuff with. But nothing to me yet kind of radiates the typical MSCHF brand and look, to be honest. So I just want to play around a little bit more with some concepts, and then potentially get back to thinking a little bit more about this, Labubu X MSCHF concept, because I think there's something there. I think maybe I can get a viral post from this, or MSCHF, reaches out to like make this happen, because I do feel like that is a very likely thing that maybe they're thinking about. And I'm trying to build out more professional fashion AI workflows, to showcase how AI can be utilized in the fashion sector and potentially landing me a job in the AI fashion world and space. Okay, so before I took a break, we were looking at, I really like this compression sleeve concept we were building out. And I really liked how some of these started turning out. I like this a lot, but feel like it's lacking that MSCHF branding and that sort of, I think it needs that keyword specifically on it. So let's go back to this prompt right here and printed on. Let's take this out. Okay. Printed on sleeve. Let me reread the prompt right now, actually. Reimagining the compression sleeve as a piece of chaotic bio-hardware. The design becomes radically asymmetrical. One side, let me zoom in. One side is a sleek matte black smart fabric that extends over the hand to a single reinforced finger loop, while the other side is aggressively seared away mid-form, held in place by a lattice of glossy webbing and chrome tension hooks. Instead of simple plates, a network of semi-transparent cobalt blue chirogel channels snake across the arm, pulsating with a faint visible vapor from microvents. The metallic elements are glitched chrome, an iridescent polished surface. I don't like that. I'm going to take that, the iridescent, because iridescent in an LLM's head is a rainbow color scheme, and I don't really want a rainbow color scheme in this one specifically. So surface that appears to flicker and distort into an embedded micro holographic layer connected by a series of exposed stark white wires. As a final defiant detail, a non-functional finned heatsink is magnetically levitated just above the knuckles. MSCHF printed on the sleeve. Okay, it's missing the white background. I need to add the white background part too. Okay, let's add the photographed part down here to the prompt itself. Photograph folded in photographed. Photographed against white. Let's do that. Then let's rerun these. I'm going to duplicate because I do really like this concept. I just don't feel like it's it doesn't really feel MSCHF enough again. So let's rerun those. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is my little robot Simi that's hanging out with us. He's my little pet that I have for the streams. Pretty silly. It's a little desktop companion my friends got me for my birthday. Pretty cute, pretty cute. Yeah, let's see how this is going. I don't really like these. I'm wondering how, 1 second. I want to come up with some more products. I do like these glasses though. Just don't feel like they're mischievous enough. So let's offshoot this, and let's use GPT-03. Let's use ChatGPT-03 again, and because these glasses look sick. Like this does look like something MSCHF would do, but doesn't have that sort of, kind of edge that MSCHF likes to do. So let's use O3 to explore some ideas. I really like this glasses concept, but feel that it lacks that sort of MSCHF brand edge. Do some deep research on MSCHF brand, then come up with a singular prompt that elevates this concept into something MSCHF would actually release. Yeah, let's see. Because I like the direction of glasses, and I'm known for my glasses looks. And so I want to have a portfolio piece of some sort of cool fucking glasses in my repertoire. So O3 came up with the idea of aerodynamic sunglasses, face shield hybrid, single silver mirror lens, laser etched with a bold, wait, let me zoom in. Laser etched with bold pixelated sensor bar across the eye line. Built-in micro LED tickers, endlessly scrolling real cease and desist quotes MSCHF as received. Cobalt blue spoiler fins, matte black adjustable nose bridge, minimal MSCHF word mark, floating product shot on a white, cheeky, legally gray, unmistakable MSCHF. Oof, I wonder how that's going to turn out. Okay, let's throw that out into FlexDev with our style Laura trained on the MSCHF images using the 1:1 ratio. Same thing, but with a 3:4 ratio. Then let's also throw that into Imagen 4 down here. And then let's throw that. Oh, that looks like a fucking. This one looks like a MSCHF. That, okay, cool. Hell yeah. Image. Let's do ChatGPT image. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, period. Oh my god. Okay. We're getting somewhere, chat. This is really dope. This is a MSCHF product right here. This is absolutely a fucking MSCHF product. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, I'm actually gonna duplicate this and then try denting it again, because it seems like fucking Imagen4 is excellent at doing this. But let's also see what ChatGPT has to say. Or, not say, but imagine from this prompt. Okay, not bad, but... Period, yes. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this again and then make it do 4 of these. Let's do 4 of these. Okay, wait, let me zoom out. Grab all 4 of these right here. Let's see where that goes. Because if not, then I will use flux context to zoom out on this image right here. Wow. Wow. Wow, these are fucking cool, man. I like these a lot. Okay. Let me zoom in. Okay. Just trying to see how good the text is. Yeah, no, these are like, I don't know, chat, which ones do you like the most? I feel like, it's hard. I feel like the ones that I feel like closely align with the sort of MSCHF brand would be this one and this one specifically. But I'm gonna use flux context to zoom out on this image. Let's go for a zoom out on this image so that the glasses are fully in center frame. Zoom out on this image so that the glasses are fully okay. Okay, while that's generating, I need to turn off my air conditioner because it's getting way too cold in my apartment right now. So 1 second. Cool. Oh, nice. Okay. I mean, it zoomed it out, but I don't feel like it. I don't want it to change the angle, actually. Flux context. Then let's go. Let's just do the same image size, actually. I like that I didn't even think about something like this. I've seen some people use flux context to get different angles of products, but for me, it hasn't like hit me to use that and do something with that. But now that it has, I'm like, wait, I could probably make multiple like variations of like the best pieces, because then I can make a whole post of just like different angles of the product or something. I don't know. Just some ideas. Okay, I'm gonna say zoom out on the image so that you can see the full glasses. Okay. Yeah, because it's definitely this product definitely feels like a MSCHF drop of like the sensor bar, kind of a face mask concept. Fuck. It doesn't seem to be working. I'm gonna throw this into another language model because I want to build off this idea of, you know, the glasses. Because I'm thinking like, what's it, like a fuck anti-face technology, anti-face recognition product mask. Yeah. Because I definitely feel like MSCHF would totally drop something like this, like a anti-face like recognition mask. I feel like it's very on brand with MSCHF and like what they do, you know. And let's feed this. Okay, wait, let me zoom in on here. Let's open this up a little bit more. Based on this idea and visual style of this mock MSCHF product, I imagined it gave me the idea for a anti-face recognition mask made by MSCHF. Okay, wait. I'm gonna also copy this part. Because I want it to do. Because I want it to do something similar to this. So, copying the do some deep research in the MSCHF brand, then come up with a singular prompt that elevates this concept into something MSCHF would actually release. So let's copy this. Then let's go right here. Paste that in right there. Do some research on the MSCHF brand. Then come up with a singular prompt that elevates this concept into something MSCHF would actually release. Okay, let's run this. Right, shield meets sci-fi baklava and iridescent chrome. Okay, wait. I like that baklava idea, but I don't like the color scheme concept. Keep the same color scheme for this. Because yeah, I like the baklava idea. I feel like that's very fashionable and interesting. Seeing there. Okay. Image. Let's throw this into Imagen 4. Hold on, let me zoom in on this. I like this prompt and idea, but not the color scheme. I want it to follow blue, white, and black. Touch this up without changing too much of the idea. What other products would MSCHF drop? Because I'm trying to think. I did recently see someone on Threads and Twitter and also Instagram of this AirPod case backpack. I feel like MSCHF would also do something like that, honestly. Okay, image. Let's do one by one. Let's also do the same thing with Flux Dev with our style Laura specifically inside of here, but as a 3x4 image instead. And then let's use Flux Context as well. Let's see what we can make out of that. Same thing, let's just throw that in here, see what we can make out of that. Image, 3x4, MSCHF brand. Okay, now let's pull that over here, image. Then let's try ChatGPT image, right there. Okay, let's try another image in 4 example. Image in 4, 3x4. Let's see if we get there. I'm not really liking these things. I don't think this one's too bad, but it looks more like a hazmat suit. That's actually an interesting idea, actually. Okay, well that's all generating and going. Let's spin off some of the other ideas that we've made. Oof. Goddamn, my computer's being slow. Let me close some of my tabs to just make sure I don't crash my computer as we're working on this. I'm gonna close some other windows down here just to make sure I don't overload my computer too much. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, I'm gonna take this. Let's do that. Let's do O3 again, because I do not think Gemini is going to be the one for me on assisting with this. Trying to think what other prompts. Let's copy that prompt down there. Let's go back up here. Okay. Let's come up with some more MSCHF fashion products. Let's come up with some more MSCHF fashion products. Some ideas I have are a a hazmat suit designed by MSCHF, a backpack that looks like an Apple AirPod case. What other things? It's like a, because I think I definitely see like a hazmat suit, because I feel like that would be something MSCHF would do, because we kind of live in this strange era of time where we don't know if we're gonna enter World War III. And so I think it would be very tongue-in-cheek of MSCHF to drop a hazmat suit kind of, but like that designed by them as a fashion statement, art piece statement about our current times. Because, you know, what if we enter nuclear fallout? So MSCHF kind of imagines that sort of concept. I do like the idea of an Apple AirPod case. I feel like they would do something like that. What other things? I'm trying to think. Let's just look up wacky fashion. Wacky fashion. Because yeah, MSCHF is very like wacky fashion. Like, trying to think like what's happening right now, you know, in our world. I thought of the Labubu concept, but I want to hold off on that one for a second. Yeah, I don't feel like any of these kind of are like that. But maybe if I put it in the prompt right here, and some other and other sort of wacky fashion concepts that MSCHF would do. Wait, okay, let's come up with some more MSCHF fashion products. Some ideas I have are a hazmat suit designed by MSCHF, a backpack that looks like an Apple AirPod case. Just say, and other sort of wacky fashion concepts that MSCHF would do. Let me throw in with a few prompts that elevate these concepts into something that MSCHF would actually release. Cool. But I want to make sure that all ideas should. I'm going to copy this part down here because I want to make sure they all follow the blue, white, chrome, and black color scheme. Oh, let's add glass. Clear glass. Keep a blank white background for all of these ideas. Okay. Let's wait for that to generate. While that's generating, I still haven't finished exploring this whole section up here. But I'm going to move it up over here, just out of the way, because we will get back to exploring some of these ideas in just a little bit once I have some more time to sit down with them. Okay, let's go back here. This 5 detailed creative, oh wait, let me make sure. Come up with 5 detailed creative prompts that elevate these concepts into something MSCHF would actually release. All ideas should follow. Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay, so O3 came up with the idea of bioshield, hazmat jumpsuit for urban explorers, high gloss white Tavik plus shell with articulated chrome joint planes, transparent clear glass visor wrapping 270 degrees, electric blue internal mesh lining visible through laser cut vents, oversized black biosymbol MSCHF printed across black detachable neoprene, air filter pods, and a cobalt mounted AirPods. Oh no. I don't really like how some of these concepts, man. Well, let's just use them for now and just see what happens. Output the first idea exactly as is. Output the first idea exactly as is. Make sure I spelt this right. Exactly. My spelling skills in this age of autocorrect has noticeably gotten pretty terrible. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Oof. Oh, we're getting a little... Technology is definitely making us a little dumber. That's for sure. Exactly as is. Let's throw this in there. Okay. Let's generate the concept with the MSCHF Flora attached. Let's see how this goes. Let's go here. Let's throw that in here. MSCHF brand. Let's throw that. Let's go in there. Image in 4. Let's do image in 4. 3x4. Let's do context 3x4. Ew. Let's do GPT image 2x3. Let's rerun this one. I want it to be a little bit more wacky, but I do feel like the fucking hazmat suit, a hazmat suit MSCHF drop just is, I don't know. It seems very likely as like a product they would totally do. Okay. Then let's say the second idea exactly as is. Let's throw that, and then let's generate these concepts again using the same LoRa that we've trained on the MSCHF products. Then let's throw this into that size over here. Let's do that. Then same idea. Wait, let's do image N4, the 3x4 size. Okay. I mean, this doesn't really look like this doesn't look like an AirPod case, but it is a cool looking little backpack. Then let's do context, flux context with 3x4, same thing. This is hilarious, but not my favorite by any means. Image, ChatGPT image, this one. I do like, okay. I want to sit down a little bit more with this one. Oh fuck, no. Okay, cool. Did not mean to delete that. Okay, let's duplicate this one. And then, 1 second. Oh god, this workflow is getting messy, honey. Okay, let me zoom in. I'm gonna copy this same prompt, then go back up here. Let me zoom in. I really like, I'm gonna say, I really like the concept of MSCHF dropping a hazmat suit. Dropping a hazmat suit fashion piece. Do some deep research on the MSCHF brand, then come up with a singular prompt that elevates this concept into something MSCHF would actually release. And then the idea, let me say, the idea should follow a blue, white, chrome, clear glass, and black color palette with a, no, I'm gonna take that. MSCHF. Okay, I'm gonna say it in the beginning actually. MSCHF is known for their wacky fashion pieces. I really like the concept of MSCHF dropping a hazmat suit piece do some deep research on the MSCHF brand, then come up with a singular prompt that elevates this concept into something MSCHF would actually release. Think, oh, that's a good one to add. Think like a senior creative director at MSCHF for, not all these ideas, for this idea. Let's go back. Okay. Let's see what happens with that. I'm gonna maybe try Gemini 2.5 for this one. I'm just curious to see. Then I'm gonna duplicate this and just compare and contrast how Gemini approached this concept or this prompt with how ChatGPT approaches this prompt. Because I don't know. Okay. So Gemini said, a conceptual luxury hazmat suit designed for navigating the mundane apocalypse of everyday life, blending sterile laboratory aesthetics with high fashion tailoring. The suit's main body is crafted from pristine, semi-rigid white polymer, featuring articulated chrome joints at the elbows and knees for an ergonomic, robotic silhouette. A series of translucent electric blue gel-filled pockets are integrated into the chest and thighs, designed to hold mundane personal effects like a phone or wallet, visibly suspended as if in a specimen jar. The oversized bubble-like helmet is made of a clear anti-fog polycarbonate, sealed to the suit with a polished chrome collar ring, and features a subtle laser-etched MSCHF wordmark on the visor. A complex, non-functional respiratory system is mounted on the back, composed of a glossy black carbon fiber tubing and chrome canisters, hinting at air filtration but serving purely as a sculptural element. The suit is captured in a sterile, museum-like pose against a stark white background, one hand resting on its hips as if it's waiting in line for a coffee, embodying the ultimate statement piece for a world obsessed with personal space and performative safety. Interesting. Next-gen hazmat suit. Okay, then ChatGPT said, next-gen hazmat suit reimagined as a runway exo shell. Glossy white Tevik-like body suit skinned with a modular chrome exoskeleton ribs. Translucent clear glass helmet, bubble tinted faint ice blue. Integrated matte black carbon respirator, vents with spinning turbine fans. Cobalt liquid cooling vanes snaking under the surface and pulsating light. Oversized chrome D-ring utility belt with detachable non-neuropene pouches. Format mounted touchscreen readout glowing MSCHF spiral. Suit displayed mid-stride on a visible mannequin against the stark white void. I feel like Gemini actually came up with a much better concept for this, but let's see what it comes out to in an actual image prompt, because that's the ultimate case study of this, is the actual result of said prompt, not necessarily who has the best prompt, because you know prompts affect certain things, but not always the full direction of stuff. Okay. Wait, let me throwing into flux context without any of the styles. Then let's throw this into image in 4. Just seeing how. Let's compare and contrast these. Let's throw this into ChatGPT image. Okay, this is silly. This definitely feels. Just throw that in there. Let's put in. Maybe let's try Recraft. I don't know. I've not tried Recraft. I don't know how good it is. I don't know if it's useful for our use case of this. But while those are generating, let's. Interesting. So it seems like Recraft is good at very realistic images. That's interesting. Okay, while that's generating, let's start on ChatGPT's prompt for our hazmat suit. Just curious how this one's going to differ in look wise. Let's throw that into Flex. Oh wait, that's 3x4. Okay, I kind of like this one a little bit better. But these don't really look like a hazmat suit per se. They more so look like a spacesuit or something. And I do not want a spacesuit. I want a hazmat suit designed by MSCHF. That just seems... I mean, I do feel like MSCHF... Maybe MSCHF would drop a spacesuit, actually. Seems like their MO. Okay, image in 4. 3x4. Oh goddamn! This workflow is starting to slow down because there's so many things happening inside of here. So far from all of these experiments, I'm just finding that Google's Imagen is turning out some of the best images out of this, to be honest. Like the ones that I'm enjoying the most seem to be brought to you by Imagen, so that's interesting. Okay, while that's generating, let's look back at some of the previous gens of some of the other things you've made. I like this, actually. Let's duplicate this. Then let's change the size to be 9x16. And then let's also change it to be, let's do a vertical image about this too. Because I'm just wondering how this is gonna go. Yeah, this doesn't really look MSCHF like, honestly. Yeah, no, these are pretty poopy. My favorite thing so far that generated is really these glasses. These are totally, I feel like, on brand for the MSCHF brand. I do want to explore this water bottle concept though, after we get this rolling. Maybe let's disconnect this part. And then let's also disconnect this part. let's zoom in right here. I feel that MSCHF would drop something like this as a statement piece. Statement piece, as we are living in a time where World War III and nuclear fallout seem very likely. Seem not very likely, very possible. Okay, I'm gonna regenerate this. Meet streetwear, execute glossy white bioshell panel trans, clear glass visor. Icon does. Okay. Let's run all of these again. Okay, wait. I'm gonna let it sit because it's slowing down. Okay. I'm gonna delete this recraft image because I don't think I really need to use recraft for our specific use case. Let's rerun this one again. Yeah, let's see. They're coming out too, space-like again, and I'm not really enjoying that because we're trying to go for hazmat suit, not necessarily space. Yeah. It's not. It's something like this. Okay. Let's redo this. Because I think the closest one we got that I feel like kind of hits the mark was this one. But the rest of these, not really. Hold on, my notifications on my phone are popping off. Okay, nothing important. Let's copy this, and then I'm just gonna do that. So I'm just gonna feed this prompt into Gemini and just kind of see where that takes us. if you're watching chat, give a hello. Say hello. Are there any ideas that you want to explore as, mischief concepts? Made a few so far, but I only feel like there's a couple that I actually really like. I'm gonna redo this one because I do like this. It literally just fucking, what the hell? Okay. I think this one's gonna be, I think this is gonna be our winner, hopefully. Let's see. Let's try this again. Let's work with that. Let's do this. I'm low-key running out of steam. I'm starting to get tired and I'm losing my voice from talking so much on camera. Still getting very used to streaming and, doing my work live on camera. I'm just kind of used to doing it like behind the scenes. So it's very different doing it on stream and with people and, talking about fashion AI. But, I gotta get practice and more videos out for the internet so I can find a job in the space doing this, because I want to do this full time. I like doing this. This is very fun, and I think there will be a lot of brands eager to jump in on how to leverage artificial intelligence into fashion. And who else on the internet is doing this? No one but just me, yapping away, creating weird shit with AI and at the intersection of fashion. Okay, let's throw this into that was Imagine 4. That looked terrible. Do flux dev with our style. Let's do it on a 3x4 canvas instead to see what else we can get. Then let's try here. No. We were still using flux dev, and we're doing that, and let's do 16:9 in this case. Let's duplicate this. Let's rerun this. interesting. Yeah. I mean, this one's a little better. Just feel like the shoes are a little wacky. Let me actually, I'm gonna duplicate this one because I don't think it's that bad, but could be better. And then I'm also gonna duplicate this one because no, delete. Duplicate this one because I don't think ChatGPT image actually did that bad of a job. MSCHF logo on chest. Okay, wait. I'm reading up on this one. Hyperfocal gloss draped in liquid chrome architectural plates, mounted carbon integrated bigraph HUD. Interesting. MSCHF logo on chest, model mid-stride on infinite white void. Harsh studio key, lighting, carving, reflections, no shadows, ultra clean product shot. MSCHF logo featured on chest. Oh, no, don't want that. Featured on chest. Okay. Because I don't feel like this one's that bad. I would just have better shoes for this. Yes. Yes. Let's do image on 4. Okay, this one's like, but this still looks very space helmet like, and I don't want that. I want fucking biohazard suit, you know. Damn it. Image size 3x4. We're totally gonna go through all of our credits, but it's okay because I was asked to make this MSCHF fucking concept, so hopefully Flora will give me some more credits to keep cooking. No, that sucks. Let's use flux contacts. Change the shoes to be something more futuristic and sleek. Okay. And then I'm gonna go back to, this one's not bad either, but I don't like it. Let's go over here. Then I'm gonna open this one up. I'm gonna open this one up full screen just to see. Okay, yeah, the MSCHF logo is clearly there, so that's good. Oh wait, yeah, the MSCHF logo is clearly visible, so that's nice. But let's close that one out. This one's actually pretty cool. Hold on. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. But it's less biosuit and more I'm gonna use flux context to change, wait, ooh, let me zoom in. Change the helmet to be more a hazmat suit. Hazmat suit. Hazmat suit top. What is it? What is that called? Hazmat suit? Hazmat suit top? Face covering? Hazmat suit face covering. Hazmat suit face covering. Hazmat suit face covering. Like a hazmat suit following the same style as the rest of the suit itself. Move this one up over here. Let's do that. I'm just wondering how good flux context is going to be at changing this into something. Because I do like this suit, and I do feel like it's, you know, mischief like, but I don't feel like the face covering. Damn. Hazmat, what is this called? Face covering, blue and white. Protective face shield. What are these called? What's like the oxygen thing? To a hazmat suit face covering with an oxygen. Change to change the helmet to a an oxygen mask. Mask face oxygen PPE face. Okay, change the helmet to an oxygen mask PPE face covering. Change the helmet to an oxygen mask PPE face covering following the same style as the rest of the suit. Okay. And then I'm gonna delete these because they don't do anything. Wait, let's do 4. Okay. Hopefully that does it. I don't know. Ooh, I'm about to hit the 3-hour mark. This is about to be the longest stream I've ever done. That's pretty cool. Okay, it's better. The face looks a little weird. Okay. I don't mind this one, but let's change the shoes to be change the shoe. Let's look up MSCHF boots. Asher boy, big. Okay. Change the shoes to be a blue, wacky, oversized mischief boot. MSCHF boot. Big boot. Big. I had to put that one in. Big size. Big boot. Sized iconic. To be change the shoes to be a blue to blue, wacky, oversized. The iconic MSCHF big boot. Let's see how that goes. I don't know. Big boot, following the same style as the rest of the suit itself. Because yeah, I'm not really liking those boots. Damn it. Not bad, but spending a lot of time on this one. I want to change it up. God, we gotta look at something else. I'm gonna stream until like 7 o'clock, and then I'm gonna take a break because I need to go and get. I need to go do some groceries. Yeah, these aren't really turning out how I would like it to. Okay, well, noted. I'm going to also. Well, let's let's actually go back and finish some of the rest of these ideas that were up here. Yeah, okay, let's finish with the rest of these ideas that were generated up here before we start making some new ones. So far, I feel like I only got a few things that I would be proud to showcase in like a portfolio of like how I would collab with MSCHF. Output the full third idea with no changes. Okay. Image. Yeah. Let's throw this into another Flex Dev model. Let's go for style. Let's go right there. Ugh. Ew, this is actually terrible. Okay, actually, let's do the fourth idea, because that one's not good. Output the full fourth idea with no changes. Let's rerun those. Image, let's throw that into Imagen4. Let's put it to 16 by 9, because this one actually should probably be 16 by 9. And then let's do flux context. Let's also do 16 by 9 in this case. Let me image, let's do let's actually try ideogram for this one. Then let's try ChatGPT image. Ideogram sucked, what the hell? Let's try this one. Okay, I don't really like it. I'm not really sure if I enjoy these ideas, honestly. I don't think they're that good. This whole section was kind of like a initial prototype for like thinking of the MSCHF brand and how AI could be leveraged for this. So instead, let's go back on this, and then let's duplicate this one again. But 1 second, let me zoom out. Let's zoom out again. Oof, no shit. Please, computer, don't crash. Please, computer, don't crash. No. Oof. Just wait. Let's close these. Yeah, let me refresh this page. Oof. Let's go back to Flora. Go to app. Let's go there. Let's close this one. Hopefully it loads. There's just a lot going on in this whole workflow, so understandably it's probably gonna be slow as fuck because there's a lot going on. Okay. Let's put that there. Let's put this here. I'm gonna move all of these. I still think the Labubu concept is probably gonna be the winner. The one that goes viral. I just need something that goes viral. Come on, internet. I've been manifesting to go viral for fucking ages and it hasn't happened. Okay. Oof. Oof. Okay. I'm gonna move up all of these images so that I can move it out of the way so I can start making some more things. Ugh, it's so slow because there's so many things on the screen. Okay, wait, oh. So, okay. I'm going to copy this prompt that I used earlier for the hazmat suit, but now I'm gonna have it just completely okay, wait. I'm gonna try to fuck no. Damn it. I didn't mean that. I did not mean to run that one. Okay. I'm gonna paste in this prompt. I can't expand it more. Okay, wait. It did not copy this one. Let's copy this prompt. No. Okay. Let me zoom in right here. Okay, so I'm putting in both prompts here. Okay. MSCHF is known for their wacky. Okay. I'm just gonna look and try to dissect each part into something a little bit more. Analyze these MSCHF products and fashion pieces. MSCHF is known for their wacky fashion pieces. Okay, I'm gonna put in you are a senior creative director at MSCHF. Okay. I'm going to take out this part about the hazmat suit because we're not making the hazmat suit anymore. Let's do some deep research on the MSCHF brand and then come up with a few detailed prompts detailed prompts for fashion items MSCHF would actually release. Let's remove the ideas. Wait, let me make sure you can see on my screen. The ideas should follow a blue-white chrome / silver color palette. Keep a white blank background. Okay, I'm gonna also use Gemini 2.5 for this one. Now let's see. So I fed Gemini 2.5 a bunch of the product images that I found earlier. I'm not going to zoom out to show it because I'm going to lose track of where I am right now in this flow. It's gotten so huge and wild that I'm scared it's going to crash my computer. But I fed it a bunch of those images. Now I want to, let's do, no, I don't like that. I don't want to say fashion items, like clothing. Let's say clothing items, like clothing, because I want it to be specifically clothing. White and black color palette. Is it? Okay, yeah, no, I don't want it to follow the, because it keeps doing like glitch and this and that, and I do not want it to be, I don't want it to be like that because I feel like it keeps going, it's corny, like glitch loafers, what? Like, what do you mean? Who's dropped some of the brand's most iconic items. Analyze inspiration. Analyze these MSCHF products and fashion pieces for inspiration. MSCHF is known for their wacky fashion pieces. MSCHF redoes its branding and visual identity as needed and does not hold to pre-existing identity that doesn't specifically suit its current use case. Do some deep research on the MSCHF brand that come up with a few detailed pops for clothing. I'm going to say clothing items. Let's for items, clothing. Actually, okay, let's duplicate this and then also rerun this. I'm gonna compare and contrast how Gemini does this with ChatGPT, because I feel like maybe ChatGPT will actually come up with something a little bit more interesting for us to use. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I feel like these ideas are actually better. Output just the first idea. Exactly, exactly as is. Image, let's apply our MSCHF brand. Let's apply our MSCHF Flora as well. Let's do 3x4. Let's do flex context 3x4 as well. Let's do imagine 4. Written in code throughout because I like this actually. I do. There's just no mention of MSCHF in any of this, so let's play around with that. Throughout let's rerun this actually. Then let's run this one again too. Crazy part is I didn't even turn any of these into actual like videos yet. But make sure that the code written okay. Try these again. Let's duplicate this one. Wait, nope. Let's duplicate this one specifically. Okay, these are a lot better. These are a lot better. This is getting somewhere. This is probably one of the coolest ones so far, actually. We're getting something, chat. We're actually getting some cool shit now. Yes. Because I actually like these ideas. I think they're pretty cool. I'll put the second idea exactly as is. MSCHF text printed on sneaker. Okay. Let's try this. Let's throw this in here. Let's go 3x4. Let's apply the brand style. Let's throw this over here. Let's throw in flux context with a 3x4. And then let's go for image in 4. Let's go for 3x4. Yeah, no, I'm feeling that Imogen is honestly giving me the best results again. I said this so many times in the stream, but film should, like, just keep cooking, honestly. Let's duplicate this one. Let's go for 4 of these. Because now I actually feel like we're getting some actually cool concepts. No. Throw this. We're gonna grab the third idea here too, and just start seeing what comes out of this. I'll put just the third idea exactly as is. Image, MSCHF, it's almost 7 o'clock. Image, let's apply the MSCHF brand. Let's do this, throw this in there. Throw this into flex context again. 3x4. Let's do image in 4 again. 3x4 image in. then let's put this into ChatGPT image as well. See what comes out of that. I'm actually going to duplicate this one and instead do it as 16 by 9. Because these aren't actually bad. I don't mind these. These are taking so long to load. Or not load, but generate. Okay. Let's just, I'm gonna do a couple of these. I like, I like a couple of these ideas. I like this. Let me zoom in. I like the dead stock market bucket bag idea. I also like the router baklava idea. And I mean, a couple of these other ones, Captcha thermal team. I think I like, yeah. Yeah, I think those ones are probably the better ones out of this. Okay, let's go back here and let's say output. Let me zoom in, make sure you can see. Output just the third idea exactly as is. Okay, wait. I'm actually gonna throw this into O3 because I like these ideas, but doesn't clearly communicate that it is in fact MSCHF. So let's go in here. Let's delete this part. Then expand expand the third idea, then expand the third idea into a detailed prompt for something MSCHF will actually release. Okay. Wacky fashion pieces. MSCHF redoes its branding, there's identity as needed, and does not hold to a pre-existing identity. Okay, hopefully. Jesus, that is a fucking detailed prompt. Okay. I'm just gonna throw this into Imagen. Then let's also throw this into FluxDev as well. Just see what we get. Ugh. Let's. Damn it! Why does it look like trash? Let's do Imagen 4 again, but this time let's do it this side. Why does it look like that? Oh, it's a bucket bag. I thought I meant like... Ugh. Why is this trash? Okay. Let's duplicate this. And let's do it as a 3x4 actually. Let's also duplicate this one. No. Duplicate this one. Let's rerun this one. Okay, I'm actually gonna move up a bunch of these images. Again. God damn, this workflow is crazy. Waiting for this to load, so I'm gonna check Instagram for a second. Okay, let's move all of these up here. Move those up there. And then I'm gonna move all of these. Okay, wait. Ugh, fuck. No. Jesus. That. Okay. There we are. Nice. Let's click that off. Just trying to organize this workflow just a little bit more so it's easier to follow along. Okay. I'm getting tired. Okay, let's move this a bit more up here so we have more space. Let's also delete this one. Nice. Cool. Okay, that one's organized a bit more. Now let's go and let's grab this. Let's grab the fifth idea, but I want to expand on it because it's just too simple of a prompt, and I feel that just needs a little bit more loving. Let's move this. Let's move that. Let's move that. Let's move this. Let's move that. Let's move this. Move this. Let's move. Okay. Oh, fuck. Let's go in here and then do some expand the fifth idea into a detailed prompt for something MSCHF will actually release. The idea should follow a blue, white, and black color palette. Keep blank white background. Nice. Cool. Coolio. Okay. I hope this one turns out well, please. Because this is going to be the last one I'm going to do for tonight's or today's stream. Because I'm starting to get very tired and losing my steam, honestly. But I think we fucking cooked today, honey. So many damn things. MSCHF brand Laura. Let's apply that. Let's see where that goes. Let's go image. Let's do flux context. Okay, these aren't actually bad. The problem is there's no MSCHF logo. Make sure the MSCHF logo is on piece. Rerun those. Ugh. Okay. Okay, I feel like Flux Dev is actually not doing too bad with this one. So let's continue on with that. But let's change the aspect ratio just so we get something different. Oh, yes. No. Okay, this one's good. This one's actually really fucking good. But, let's do ChatGPT image. I really like this one. I feel like this one looks like a router. Something silly. Okay. Keep, oh, hold on, you can't see anything. Keep the prompt short. Keep the prompt to make sure prompt is, ooh, that one's good. Look at this. This is actually really cool. Sure, the prompt is understandable to an LLM. Yeah, these two are pretty cool. I actually do like these. But it's just that I think this prompt is too detailed. It is understandable, short, and to the point for an LLM to understand. Oh, I do feel like a this looks like a BDSM mask. Okay, let's move this one up a little bit. Let's move this one up a little bit too. Let's go for image, and let's go for 2x3. Okay, I think that this will be actually my last one. Well, I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna just do one more just flux context version of this and just see the result that occurs with this. I feel like it's going for more of a BDSM look now than necessarily like, I think these three are probably the better ones. Okay, well, I think this is gonna be it for today. Let me zoom all the way out just to show y'all how fucking crazy we got today with our workflow. Trying to come up with concepts for MSCHF. Oh, it's not even fully zoomed out yet. Hold on. Let me fully zoom out. Oh God. Wait, I think it is all the way zoomed out, but I can't fit everything on the screen. Okay. Well, I would say today's MSCHF workflow was rather successful. We came up with some incredible concepts and filled out this whole entire damn board with all of this stuff, imagining how I would collaborate with MSCHF given the opportunity. Pretty cool, pretty exciting stuff. It was all made using Flora, and out here trying to showcase how a fashion AI workflow can be built with Flora. especially for an incredible brand like MSCHF that's all about, pushing boundaries of fashion and art and creating things that are unique and avant-garde. Something that I totally want to do and see how that intersects with technology like AI. So I appreciate you all for tuning in. I will be publishing this workflow very soon once I clean things up and have it look a lot more presentable and exciting. I might finish some of these concepts because I want to post a few of them on socials to see how people engage with it. And there's still some remaining few ideas we have left to explore with MSCHF and AI. So yeah, thank you all for, let me move back to the screen. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it, and have a wonderful rest of your evening. I will be back online streaming very soon. I have a few ideas for what to stream next. I was thinking either Mid-Journey exploration, just exploring more with Mid-Journey, but also potentially Suno AI, because I want to make some new songs and showcase how do you make songs with AI, stuff like that. But yeah, I'll be back online very, very soon, and I appreciate you all for tuning in. Take care. Sasha signing out.